Game of the day here, day 2, Aurora v PVISION and Mirage. PVISION pick to kick us off.
Heading into this year, it was nothing but wins for PVISION here. But that's now changed. Little swing on in towards the A site. Woxic with a tap to open things up. Xantares, all right, getting stylish with it. The accidental weapon swap. You thought it was going to betray him. He's able to make it work, and it ends up being a very pretty pistol.
How's he done that, Harry?
Dude, you know, those are the two guys we were talking about. You wanted to have Woxic, Xantares showing up early on. That's a nice start in the pistol, man. 2 from Woxic over towards the spawn. And Xantares, I want to see that one again. How on earth does he have time to course correct this?
Just one tap off the change as well. Woxic still making me believe in the P2K.
Yeah. Dude, Woxic gave a pretty saucy interview as well, where he just said, well, it wasn't saucy, it was just nice.
Spicy?
He said, you know, it's nice when you feel like a team is at the end of the road and you make a change because it brings new life into the team.
Definitely.
That was his take after day one. And I think you've seen that a little bit. Because there was this feeling for Aurora, you know, what if they kind of hit their ceiling? What if they'd hit it a while ago and they were unable to break through? And I think for a while you believe that you can hit that next level, but then they have their hands tied, they have to make a change. And so trying to draw positives from that move.
I still think expectations were seriously low on this squad with the change. I don't think the change blew anyone out of the water. I think it's still yet to do so. I'm certainly not going to jump the gun. We need to see whether Aurora can compete against, you know, these top 5 teams. And it's going to take some time for someone like Soulfly to get acclimatized. But I'm hopefully optimistic.
So we were talking about PVISION's Mirage coming into this. Nothing but wins to start off the year. And man, when you look at the names they've taken down, it's a pretty good fleet of names.
Yeah.
Spirit, Furia, Falcons. Those are the 3 they were able to take down on this map and head-to-heads back at Blast.
That'll do.
Tournament they went on to win. You know, those are 3 top dogs, top of the field. And PVISION had answers for them.
And that's crazy considering it's not even a map that they played too much in their major run, right? With their success there. They only touched it 3 times, winning it once. So this wasn't even a mainstay of their pool across the major, but maybe because teams were banning it out against them. They had a huge win streak coming into that major. So let's see what they can do today. Back on a very comfortable map. We've got the AWP out for Woxic in the first buy round. PVISION looking for a Palace pop. Faking some mid control. Jame will stay and commit. And look at the gamble being made. This is one hell of a stack. Not only 4 players on A, but Magic solo B with an MP9. It's a read from Aurora, and it looks to be right. As the mid retake comes in, put some doubt in Aurora, but that Palace smoke is so annoying. PVISION were about to go. Now they can't. Xantares edging his way back towards middle, still leaving the stack, and Aurora are using their util very proactively, cycling smokes on A, not giving a gap for PVISION. As this runs out, PVISION will have to go.
Catch for Zelo. Swing out for Wakadia. Gets himself a double. Oh, and a 3rd for Wakadia. Hang on, they're on his head. Belchanok able to stop his reign of terror. 3 kills deep. It still leaves the round open. Aurora in with a chance here. They've got this backstab on the cards from Magic. You would love it if he can find Jame in this head-to-head. But Jame keeps his wits about him, goes back. There's the spot. No longer has the element of surprise on this wrap round. It's a kill that Magic has to win, and caught with nades pulled out in the open. Xantares knows that with that kill not coming through, the chance of winning this 1v2 is out the window.
When I saw Magic with nades, I just knew he was going to pull them, dude. That's the awkward in-game leader moment, trying to do too much. I mean, Jame is favored, has the AK, able to just swing back in. Gotta say, great triple for Wakadia, but he lets two of his teammates die, Harry. The first one, okay, that's fair enough. Gets swung out, Palace with Cardi's tucked. He is there to trade. But Zelo takes Woxic down in CT with the AWP as well. Cardia really needed that trade quicker. It's hard to criticize a triple kill, but it could have been a triple kill with his teammate alive as well. So an awkward way to lose a round, considering that was a heavy stack on A. But PVISION pick it up and put themselves on the board. Double swing out mid. Full cat, and with the window break lined up by Soulfly, Aurora have little moves they're trying to make in middle. They've cleared it out. That molly will suffice. PVISION late to mid control anyway. They never wanted this initially. They are very spread on this default. Taking their time. Even Sway hasn't walked out under yet, so no hurry here for PVISION. Oh dear, James. It did look like he was jumping the gun with that smoke. Doesn't seem to matter. Sway follows up into Con.
Woxic tucked in, now suddenly has to play hero. That flash, he never fires off, and so goes unchecked here, sitting in at the ninja box.
I'm scared.
Woxic, they've got no idea, trying to get as much as he can from this position. Belchanok hot on the heels for a trade. And well, they overlooked Woxic. He really tried to get all he could out of that position. I don't think you could have asked for him to play that any better. It's just another example of PVISION being very switched on, always having a fail-safe in place. Belchanok up in Palace, right? He's ready to play around the bomb when it gets planted, but also there, so if anyone does fight towards CT or any position in the site, he can swing out and get the trade. This double from Sway was so problematic as well. Just creates a huge hole over towards middle. Suddenly you're really feeling the burn, feeling the pressure.
Yeah, I love how they're just using Palace as full bait right now, PVISION. Both rounds, Belchanok never coming out, and we see it. Woxic's not prepared. Can't blame him. Wicardia wasn't prepared.
I mean, at that point in the round, it's a position you're going to overlook. You know, you're fighting the players you've seen. You're fighting the players you know about. You saw Woxic even gave it like a cursory glance because
trying to squeeze
I think someone from Palace is kind of out in the open, looking towards CT, trying to get that info. But they were never taking that space.
Oh, poor Woxic, man. What else can you do? That flash made that very difficult. Didn't have multiple kills available at any point. So PVISION, good trading here, and back-to-back A hits break the money. We just have Magus saved gun. Couple of pistols here, and Magus obliterated by Belchanok. They have forgotten the bomb here, but PVISION, they're everywhere. Upcon, in short, in B apps. They are walking to jungle right now. Noto with his back turned to multiple players. Hello? Cardia? 4x3. Doesn't see him in the jungle. Shoots his teammate in the back, and this whole round unravels. It was never looking winnable, but it's not good for the vibe, Harry, when you think you're being covered by your teammate, but you're not. 5 up.
Early timeout for Aurora. They're already starting to feel the burn of this PVISION team. Talked about the results they've had here on Mirage. No opponent they've faced this year is yet to reach double digits against them on this.
That's insane when you
think about who they've played. Yeah. That is mind-boggling. Again, it's Spirit, Furia, and Falcons.
And going into the major, Harry, 15 win streak. Online, 15, well, and on LAN as well, right? When they're LAN to LAN, 15 win streak.
I think this is one of the things that makes PVISION feel really, really scary. Is it's not like they have one map that they're really sick on. They have a couple like it, right? The Dust 2 game from yesterday stands out so much because that's another home ground map for this PVISION squad.
And in that 15 win streak, only 5 of those games went to double digits from their opponents. So those numbers keep up. It really is, safe to say, a home favorite.
And, you know, they've managed to get 2 of those, you know, those 2 maps in this series. Dust 2 is the decider. Little B-pop. Already in. Matcha, that's a really nice way for this to start. 3 kills in an instant.
Oh,
Mac turned on Zelo. Matcha's on for the ace.
He just jumped up in the smoke on the van.
Oh, Madja. How often does Madja get to have these moments? Let's see Madja get a 5th. No one steal it. Soulfly, don't do it, man. This is your captain. So he is holding off. I kind of want to see Madja hunt for this. He is the IGL. His team are trying to egg him on, I think, to go looking. Because they're boosting him up. Zantaras is saying, like, come on, bro.
Go get it.
Come with me.
Go get it. Come on, Madja. I mean, part of it is, it wouldn't surprise me if PVISION are like, don't give him the ace. We don't want him to feel good. Walk away. But Madja's coming in. Nota's coming back up. Madja doing too much right now. Pull your gun out.
Go fight him.
Oh, he's playing for the AK,
I'm going to start yelling down over the side, man. I don't know if we're allowed to interfere in these games, but I want Madja to go looking.
Oh, what a shame. Nota survives with the AK.
How many aces has he had, Hugo?
I mean, he's had a bunch of aces, but he hasn't had an ace in 9 months.
There you go.
So it was against Legacy last time.
Damn.
9 months since his last ace, and we'll have to keep waiting. Madja, massive 4K. You could see how stuck PVISION got there. Zelo was trying to hunt him, but he just uses the taco smoke, jumps right back up. Nobody looking, great control, pistol out, put him down. You know the rest. Aurora back on. Zantaras. Oh, you are lucky to survive, but not for long, because then your teammate goes down with you. Zantaras gets what feels like 3 chances to fight there.
He likes that. Dude, I'm liking that Zantaras coming into this series just kind of backing his aim a lot, trying to be very involved. Pretty sequenced this time for Madja, and that is going to open up a route into the B site where Cardia takes 1 more with him.
Ouch.
And there's the cover from Zantaras. Zwei left up in this all alone. 1v3 wrapped on Cat. 2 players back here in the market. All on the line. Missed shot for Woxic. Oh no! They've given Zwei exactly what he wants. 1v3. And that's how PVISION keep their lead.
It happens so quick. 1 missed shot from Woxic's AWP, and it feels like that is enough for Zwei to run away with a clutch. Perfect peaks. And it's over before you know it. That is the clutch factor that Zwei brings to the table. We never really saw it on Spirit, but it has just been frequent in PVISION.
Man, yeah, you know, it was why the moment he kind of started the year so strong in this team, you instantly got excited. And man, look at the pace they're playing with in this round. Madja got that 1 4K, and they've not forgiven him for it. They want to really get in his face on this B site. Zantaras with the cover.
Got locked out,
volleyed off back in the market, and this is your only point of rotation. Aurora, it's a really rough round. They don't have the util, don't have the manpower. They're out of position, and so the save will be called.
Perfect round. Insta up short. And part of that is the conditioning, right? They played some really slow rounds. They've barely been taking middle. Think of the rounds where Aurora have popped the top mid smoke, not even seen anyone. So you're not ever expecting the pace change like that. A rush up Cat through apps, B split at 135. and they are in the site with a single entry that wins them the round. We've seen these A stacks for Aurora. PVISION know as much. Madge's death is all it takes. So great to see that James can throw in those rounds, because towards the end of VP, when he was still leading, we would see these occasional pace changes. We liked what we saw, but James has really refined his style with this young squad. And not afraid to use his pieces to their advantages.
No, I think, you know, it's nice. It's something he's even spoke about, you know, this idea that when CS2 came out, it was all new. There were different ways that you had to learn to play, different ways you had to go about succeeding. James just a guy who kind of looks for the best route to get the results he wants, as in, you know, he wants the W. That's why with old VP, when you had MR15 back in CSGO, it was a grind of a game, right? And that was how, in his brain, it made the most sense. And a lot of what he ended up implementing in that VP team did become kind of standard meta, right? The save meta really took off with the success of the old Virtus Pro, the Outsiders, and their major win. And, you know, now, having had some time in CS2 to go back to the drawing board, to work with younger players, commanding a lot of respect, him and Dastan, again, having that pre-existing relationship and working with each other well, they have a new look here. It is refined. They're not afraid to get pacey with it.
Yeah, with all the conversation about Coach of the Year and all these arguments back and forth, I mean, if there's one thing we can say that's undeniable, it's how much credit these players give to Dastan. And so that's got to be noted, right? How he runs a tight ship, the good and the bad, but clearly a lot of respect coming out.
No, it's kind of a Jekyll and Hyde vibe, right? It's like, on one hand, you have the Dastan from their practices, from what we understand, where he's very stern. He will give you a good talking to, right? He will tell you off if you're kind of leading to shortcomings in round, leading to bad situations. And he's even said, his philosophy there is, these mistakes will cost us in the long run. And so the time to get ahead of it is during the practice, in the build-up to the event, while you're setting the system in place. But he said in the matches, he tries to be a nice guy, tries to remove the pressure, and I think you see that a lot in the interviews with him. Absolutely.
We have another B split here for PVISION. There's 3 players in the site this time at jumping out of apartments. Belchanok's got a double. The hard hitter entry man of this squad breaks their back in the B bomb site. And Woxic is left to save again.
They have not forgiven Madja for that 4K.
They said, you won't do it again.
Yeah, they've gambled on the fact that that's a one-off from Madja.
You should have aced us when you had the chance. And so PVISION just smashing this B site right now. Oh, God, that was terrifying. But Woxic will get out, it looks like. PVISION, more than happy, 6 rounds on this T side. Need some more mid-control here for Aurora. That's got to be the remedy, right? Just letting them get up catwalk with no information. Well, Aurora choose to fight. Sends Antares up top mid.
I mean, one of the things that I do really like about this PVISION team is how it's just a real mixture of like the old strong type of default heavy rounds that James used to lean into with his VP team, combined now with just really strong set pieces and fundamentals. And because you're never really sure which one of those you're going to get, I feel like their set plays hit so much harder. I'm thinking back to some of their Dust 2 games at Bounty where you would just see them take catwalk, roll out full execs, almost like 9-10 rounds in a row. But because you're sometimes worried that they're going to be playing this default heavy standard, you're a little more reluctant to, you know, go for those early info plays, try and be involved too early in the round. Here, Woxic will take some initiative with that AWP, and he's bested James in the head-to-head. Now, it's been a far slower start from Woxic to this map than what we had the other day. You hope that this is the round where he can get switched online, because it was his misses in that 3v1 that Zwei picked up that actually let Zwei get back into that round. And you've already been kind of teased by what Woxic can bring to the table in their opening game. So 1 piece removed. PVISION set their sights on the A site again with a heavy palace setup.
Zwei lost with the bomb. Nota up con. Eyes on for Xantares in sandwich. Strong position, not where you're pre-aiming. And so he gets the element of surprise, but a missed chance on that headshot. Zelo will punish. Multiple players spotted. Mid cleaned up by Maja, but Soulfly alone in the site, and not for long. He's gone 2 on 3. The bomb hasn't made it out.
Missed shot for Wakadia on that second AWP. Will make up for it when he's given a second chance. And now it's Belchanok. Can't afford to stomach another 1v3. And so Woxic will be there to shut it down.
Double AWP's one way to do it here. Aurora put in an honest shift. And that's despite Xantares with a huge miss in the sandwich. Nice opening kill for Woxic on the break. James not happy with it. Double AWP keeps going. And the A hit comes in quick. Ooh, naughty.
Every now and again, you might get gifted a tiny bit of vision with the way this smoke has fallen. Soulfly certainly going to fly under the radar.
Oh, when does he go? Does he just wait it out? It's so powerful.
The longer he's here, the less they expect it.
Oh,
On this fade, has anyone got eyes on the smoke? Nota tried to play for it. Soulfly figures him out. Still, the kills get wrestled back by Sway and Zelo. And again, it's down to the double AWPs in this retake. This time a 2 on 3. Woxic round the corner. That's a really nice shot. Put down range. Jame plucked out of the round. That's your late player. Ramp gone. Now 2 in at Tetris. Oh. And if Woxic can follow up, he's on for something here. Oh. Just going to miss the mark. Zelo collects a big 3K. And PVISION, at bare minimum, they've won out the half.
That would have been so frustrating to lose that, right? When you lose your ramp player and then both your others are stuck at the Tetris. Really uncomfortable post-plant. But, hey, man, anyone can do it for PVISION. That's the best part. Anyone can clutch up. Anyone can entry. And there's numbers to back this up, right? You typically look at a top team and there are 2 players who probably account for 50% or more of the entry kills. In this squad, the 4 riflers account for 21 or 22% each. Jame at 18. So everyone can be at the front of the pack. Everyone can clutch around. It is such a symbiotic squad.
Yeah, I think it's something that's interesting with PVISION. The way that they think about themselves isn't necessarily the way that others think about this team. Even Monacy, I think it was said in an interview, James like Gandalf, there is 4 hobbits. They have 4 stars in the roster around Jabe. Oh. Now, they'll be quick to tell you, we don't have star players. We play as a team. They're right about the second part, but the first bit, I think we're all starting to doubt them on.
Well, yeah, they just have very mechanically strong players, right? You'll look at a team often with a more standard mix, and there'll be, the weak player or the anchor player that maybe isn't as good, but I think everyone can have carry performances in this squad. This is a really nice call. They're going to hit A pretty quickly after the getting spotted ramp with the bomb. They are resetting round the world. Maja is the surprise. He can't flank. Jame, not a good fight for him here up the ramp. He's going to go for it anyway. Does he clear the headshot angle? Soulfly realizing that mid's been open for some time. He tucks in. And this is just a ragtag band of rifles walking up jungle right now. If Soulfly goes for a peek, he will pay with his life. Maja needed on the big flank. If he runs, Jame hears him. I think we might have this same fight again. Jame heard it, deals with it. Bomb cannot go down with this short control. They have to fight their way out, and they will. 2v1, Woxic back in spawn. What can he do? Surely nothing. He'd have to run the plant. That flash prohibits it. Bomb planted. And Woxic hoping for a big mistake, but they cross out. James stays in the site looking for the kill and runs away with a beautiful 8-round T-side. PVISION here to play, looking for stage 2.
PVISION have a point to prove and a streak to keep up. They're on a string of wins here on Mirage, and thus far, no team has even managed double digits against them this year on this map.
Oof.
They're trying to keep that in good standing here. 8-4 up after that first half versus Aurora. And honestly, you're left feeling a little bit nervous here for an Aurora that impressed us on day one. Notably, a bit of a slower start from Woxic, who was dominating in their opening game here in Kraków. Well, he struggled to get the ball rolling. Madja had a sick 4K over towards B, and I think all it did was piss PVISION off. They went to his bomb site countless times after that. It became a real focal point of the game plan. Now they move over to the CT side. Aurora onto the T half.
Classic.
So if you do want to close the gap, it's got to start now.
Yes, indeed. Classic, clean pistol buy on the CT side. Smoke kit, that's it. And so, not a gamble by any means, but 3 strong inside of A. Fine to play retake on this B bomb site. And it looks like they've read it well. Aurora wrapping into A, taking the mid. James trying to keep eyes on, but with that smoking window, they get up connector. Oof.
Good kill for James. Deals with half of this lurk up through mid. Zatara's still floating around here, going to get figured out. Zelo finds him from the short side, and so quickly, this pistol round looks to get away from Aurora.
They wanted to bail there. Maybe
what do you even do against that?
You die. You lose the pistol. Xantara's falling in middle, gives them no escape route in that round. So good positions for PVISION. Pay off. And only a swing through the palace smoke nets Aurora a kill. This one's going nowhere. Nota from bottom of the board with a couple of bangers in this pistol to give PVISION even more advantage like they needed it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you were kind of touching on this idea that within PVISION, anyone can step up, anyone could deliver. I think Nota is a prime example of that. You know, you just said he's the bottom performer right now for them in this team. Thinking back to the grand final of Blast, he was the top performer across that series. Lights out, man. It was unbelievable. Could even say robbed in regards to the MVP. But, man, yeah. You know, everyone's capable of kind of bridging the gap, of offering something, of lending their assistance to get these wins over the line. Nota with a convincing double to kickstart their CT side venture. And so timeout burned for Aurora. Astan didn't even have a hell of a lot to say.
Oh, so instead of James playing the eco second round, he makes Belchanok do it. Oh no, he's buying. Okay. I was going to say, we saw this actually let PVISION down the other day on Dust. Not here. Belchanok buys up. James doesn't need the orb. And the MP7 for Zwei. I'm a fan of it. We saw Biguzera play it basically every round yesterday. MP7 gang rise up. Fearless fighting here for PVISION because it's only Glocks. A literal full eco. Bish bash bosh. And this is, unfortunately, maybe end of the road for Aurora if they don't pick up this gun round. That train is running away, Harry, with its legs.
Yeah, you know, and I think sometimes in situations like this, you can think back to rounds that really let you down, and I think that's what's going to make this one feel so brutal, is outside of like that Zwei 1v3, there wasn't a lot of moments where you really gave rounds away, as it were. This map has just largely been out of your hands. If you don't find success here with the rifles, you're dead on, Hugo. This really is the end of the road for Aurora on Mirage. Now, we do have the exciting prospect of their Anubis up next. Used to be the best team in the world on this map. before it got removed from the pool. And they've been hesitant about bringing it out. So you've got that to look forward to.
I like that they've held on to it and they've not like pulled it in the first series immediately. Yeah. Like, look, everyone watch, look how good we are again. They've taken time maybe to get to grips, get Soulfly acclimatized. It was a very good map for Jota, which is a bit of a worry, but it also means hopefully, you know, pulling it out in an important series and pulling it out when they're ready to play it. So, we're talking about Anubis. There's still Mirage on the cards. Let's see if Aurora can do anything in this T side. Oh dear.
Not the guy you want getting softened up at the first turn of the round. Nota had to work to control the spray there, and his teammates fall within the A site, creeping up through Con and Zelo. Could be closing in on something big. Bomb out in the open. Magia spotted up top the stairs. He's now going to put on a clutch of his own. He's only got 20 seconds to work with. This is a tall order for the captain of Aurora. Can he do it? Swing on out, given the chance, but just shy of that 1v2. And that must-win rifle round is stripped away from Aurora.
His aim is there today. His aim is definitely there. Seeing some nice moments. He isolates Jame really well on that 3-2-1 double swing, but still reads their last player's position wrong. And PVISION never let up in this round, continually spamming smokes, getting Wicardia out from that jungle push. No cover on the bomb plant. PVISION just poking and prodding. And taking Xantares' mental with them. Many such cases. Missed window smoke and PVISION are pushing up. Nota's had enough. Now, don't miss this. Okay, he caught it. One more in the smoke and he's realizing as well. Timing's... Oh, he's running. He's running. He ran behind you.
Nota's still just hanging around. And
okay, sure. Get him out.
Goodness!
Woo.
All right, just Xantares, and the site is already padded to the 9.
Otis trying to knife him there, hoping he jumps out window. They're getting cocky now, man. That was two and a dink from Zwei on the B anchor. B anchor, never heard of her. 12-4, PVISION just wailing on Aurora right now.
And no Jota. Short on it to Nota, man. He absolutely wrecked them up there in top mid. And so that streak of opponents unable to reach even double digits, looking to grow, and this will be their best win in the year yet on Mirage. If they're able to close it here and now, they still have a good chunk of time to, you know, take that title.
Final swing here for Aurora. 4 on ramp. And Xantares coming out under. Timings are everything. He got shot in the back through the fading window smoke last time. Don't know this one, Magia. What you got? CT smoke coming in. Oh, no. Jungle. All right. Should bounce stairs. Nice set. Xantares needs to get something done here if Aurora are to have a chance to retake A.
Yeah, chain back over here towards the spawn. Meanwhile, big flank getting embarked upon by Zwei.
Nice
so he
trade.
needs his teammates just to try and buy a bit of time if they can. Keep the pressure on. That bomb will get planted. Velchanok looked a little stunned that he'd fallen on through in a sandwich. And so this flank still on the cards. I wonder if the scoreline combined with the timing makes you want to give this a look in.
No kit right now.
James always been a guy to play by the numbers, and so 2v4 out of position. Flank, the only thing you had going for you. They're just going to play to contain. The AWP knocked out. Find yourself wondering if they're going to try and get their hands on it. Only way the Woxic's going to get to play with an AWP down the stretch is if they pick it up.
I don't even know if you want the AWP. Like, what are you going to do with it at this point? How are you going to make it work? PVISION aren't exactly giving you nice fights. Woxic's going to have it either way. But it's just coming down to XX here for Aurora. It's a good trade for Belchanok, but without him getting anything on that drop, Ricardio in the most obnoxious position possible pays off. And PVISION say, let's just close the game, shall we?
That's a big goal. I mean, if they don't, scoreline's going to start to close up. They're all in on this round. We've said the PVISION are a hard team to come back against, and that's largely due to just their very, very strong fundamentals. Their trade work in particular stands out. How it's so hard to take that early kind of 5v4 versus this team. And that was Woxic attempting it. It's a very good effort, and he sees blood on the wall there, so he knows he's done a tag down range on a James. Still, they've lost to Arcadia at the very first turn of this A play. Flash in towards ramp, allows the reposition out of Belchanok.
They just cancelled the whole round. They wanted to go there. Not only do they not get the kill, they get blocked at ramp. They don't get to punish. And now 4v5. Arcadia knows it's out of his hands. And maybe onto Anubis. Back out middle. And no fights being given over. This AWP for Woxic is going to be hard to wield. Jame might be their best bet.
Jump spot for Jame. Saw players in at bottom connector, gets that info. Just a nice way, right? Low on health. Now he knows where Aurora are hoping to end up.
Ouch.
So his team are able to get positioned accordingly. Belchanok tucked in out towards the stairs.
Oh!
Stilo bringing it in from behind. This one is all over. PVISION storm the board in that final round, and it is a convincing victory. Streak still in check. It's nothing but wins for PVISION on Mirage, and they do so dominantly.
Yeah.
No opponent yet to reach double digits against this squad on Mirage this year.
Terrifying. Aurora stumped out of this one. We're going to have to hope Anubis looks a lot better for this team. Their first Anubis since its re-edition on the new Anubis coming up next. You don't want to miss it.
Hi, this is Basement Dweller's first advertisement. And our second drop is, it's up, actually. If you're seeing this, it's up. It's available on the ESL shop. We had our first go at a jacket, and I'm really proud of it. I've always had an interest in clothes, but, you know, seeing behind the scenes how the sausage is made has been a lot of fun. And if you like the clothes, tell me. If you hate the clothes, tell me, but try them.
Aggression. That's what I'm expecting. It's Anubis. You've always got to throw a bit in. Santaros goes peeking towards the B site, but won't overplay his hand. Oopsie.
And that's a fine for Belchanok.
Sentenced to max notifications.
Cursory glance for Soulfly.
You know nothing at this point.
No, you don't. You really don't. You got this New little window, new little hole in the wall out towards mid.
They just cleared water a little bit. They're going to scramble rotations, but PVISION are coming in quick.
Zantares, dual Berettas dealt with straight away, and well, no accounting for that one. CeeLo, a little bit of smoke spam, and that's it. Round done. Pistol picked up.
Who put that hole there? Oh! Get him out. Nothing to do here in this round.
Oh, if you really want to, you know, go back in time a little, you know what it's kind of reminiscent of to me?
What?
I always have like good memories of watching Zantares over towards drop down on cobblestone.
Okay.
That little hole in the wall kind of evokes a similar vibe, a similar feeling.
Okay. I feel like the Warriors, even though we know Aurora are going to like this map, I don't think PVISION are going to be scared. They are on a honeymoon right now. They're on a heater. Everything's feeling meant to be. Oh, you spotted him. Can't do much about it, though. These angles are all new and all weird. Mid-rush. Oh, dear. Nota caught with nades. Zwei won't let them get much further. 3 kills. Oh, my goodness. What's happening?
So close! Another dink put down range at the end, and it's just barely contained. I mean, that's a high damage, full eco round out of Aurora.
You know, people have got fast nades for this hole, right? The molly, we're going to call it window, right? Because they removed a window, we got a new window. We're going to call it window. Insta mollies and nades, you know, if you rush it as a CT and someone throws a molly nade, it's going to put you down to 10, if not lower, depending on your timing. So even instant aggression might be denied. PVISION aren't throwing that right now.
Oh, dude, it really might. Like, Zantares, mid-player, has the little hole. It really is kind of like the old Cobble days.
You can boost in there as well.
Gonna have the little drop down and watch over.
I wonder how long till someone's boosting up in that window in this game.
Because drop was a position no one wanted to play as well.
Yeah, true, true.
Zantares just loved it. He was so good at it.
Just instant headshots.
I hope he's got that, you know, like 10-year muscle memory still built in.
It's just not exactly a dedicated spot, is it? You know, part of Anubis was, towards the end, you don't want to really fight for middle too much. You want to give it up. Look at Zantares here. He's playing it from Temple, giving him fast rotation to B, playing mid for info. No one has mid control right now, but Aurora don't know that. Pressure in connector, missed Molotov. I was on the roof, that was meant to burn out pillar players. Instead, Madra is just caught in the open. One shot from death, still surviving, can't move. That nade should seal it.
Break on the smoke. Zantares, good catch on the players crossing jail. Jane gonna steal one back, but still has a lot left to do here. Bit of support from Zwei as he finds himself in a clutch. Now, Zwei's already had a 1v3 in this series. Let's see if he can pick up this 1v2. Woxic providing cover. He's fast. Okay. Thankfully, Soulfly will hold the line. That is a massive round from the new face in Aurora.
That's a
4 kills.
Sick read from Zwei, though. Just the fact that he knows Yorp is covering, can jump over the shot if Woxic misses. He's got that 1v1. Good hold for Soulfly nonetheless. Needed that to win the round. I mean, it all goes wrong because of the molly, doesn't it? PVISION would have been a lot quicker into that bomb site with the entries and the trades if that molly connected, but they had to burn out Madra, they had to nade him as well. Soulfly was looking for the lurk smoke at the start of the round, trying to block it. Something Madra did quite a lot.
There is something fun about this window. Just the way everyone approaches it. Feels like you're all a little bit freaked out,
like
not quite knowing the world of possibilities this has opened up yet.
There's boosts to get in, there's boosts to fight it, it's weird off angles. They could be anywhere. So, muscle memory is not quite there. Just a full eco James going over his notes.
Give me like a Noel Edmonds, bring on the wall.
Bring on the wall.
There you go. And that's all you're going to think about whenever someone tries to get through that hole in middle. Now, Woxic on the line here. Pistols are going to try and run him down, so he needs cover from this rifle. Wakadi is low, and you don't want to lose any more. He'll wrestle it back, and so no worries. Well handled. One casualty. With the AWP up close there, there's a world where that could have gone far worse. So only Glocks put to rest quickly.
Let's see what this first going round's got in store for the Vision. Say first go round, second go round. Woxic looking for something. CTs do get to this angle very quick, and he tried it. Already trying to be threatening, but it's B contact right now. Sway lining up high flash.
Lurk smoke in. And they are walking right through with this. Don't know if you're going to expect this from PVISION. Instant contact play through that lurk smoke over in main. Madge's whole job used to be blocking those smokes. This one throwing on a bit of a delay works wonders for PVISION. They're now in the site, faced with a bomb plant, a 5v4. Sitting pretty right now, even as the util reigns in.
Bang kills him. No way! Madge double up. They're going to chase him down, but he's done his job, or so you'd think. His whole team crumble on this retake. And Woxic didn't wallbang out Belchenok, had no info, so survives despite the utility. And he's going to go hunting for that AWP, knowing exactly what Woxic is up to, even hearing this as well. Woxic is dead. He's going to have to fight his way out of this one. Everybody here. Nice start, but they're already through main. Good hunt there for Zway. And Zelo with a triple kill on entry. Love the way they play that. You saw Soulfly holding above the lurk smoke, looking for a player walking at the back. But PVISION play close to the wall, sneak right under the smoke, go through left and right at the same time. And then they can scale con very quickly. So nice double, but Madge's individual form has not been the problem today. Let's say that.
No, not by a long shot. His double kill, you felt like was going to keep that round going, was going to give them a real shot in the retake. It's actually everyone else just getting melted that comes to be a problem.
Oh, just again, contact B. Look, there's knives out, there's nades out, there's barely eyes on this corner. They just walk in. Position revealed as Antares, pre-fired by Zelo. Sure, you can smoke it off. That's fine with us. 4v3 and early in the round. Pressure is not on PVISION. Oh.
Gets the spot on Nota, drop down, and there's Woxic with the backstab.
Nice.
They're securing good ground here. Now you're gonna hear PVISION moving past out in middle. Tag still collects some damage. What these footsteps do is cause a lot of commotion for Aurora. Right now they think that PVISION were having a quick change of heart. Really, it's just a misdirection from Jame. They're going to follow through with the B play after all, and caught moving back in is Woxic. Okay. Madge still the only point of resistance here for Aurora.
Saw him mid.
Not ready for Jame up close, and now we go down to the 1v1. It's a deagle for Wakadia versus the AK on Jame. He's got util to work with, and 35 seconds, that's plenty of time for Jame.
Oh, Wakadia with a nice tuck here. When he clears this, he's not going to check the corner. Wakadia forces the kill. Big round, and Madge again putting up a multi. I like the way that this window's already being used, right? Both teams have done it, but Aurora showed there. If you wanted to assist your con player, back in the old mid window, you couldn't drop down through that window. You have to cross past the bridge. It's so risky. Now it's zero risk for a CT to come through that window safely from mid doors.
Yeah.
So Woxic drops in, helps his teammate out.
No, I think already it's feeling like a great change. It's just moved like that burden. Because before, the window was almost in what you would kind of try to consider like neutral territory, but really it was kind of more beneficial, I guess you would say, for the T side. There's more util they can throw out to take that mid control. Now, the The window just objectively is available to the CTs early. It's given an extra option. You've already seen Woxic try his hand at peeks through the window to fight players down at stairs. These are just fights you couldn't get in the old version of Anubis. And the biggest problem for CT sides was that it felt like options were too limited. Well, a couple more have opened up now with the move of this window in mid.
Aurora putting up a stellar defense. Maja leading on this CT side, and Woxic's AWP getting involved yet again.
Here he is, right, trying that opening move.
Double AWP. Maja, you've been rifling so well. Sure, that works. Always surprised when players on a heater and then they pull out the AWP. I'm like, rifling was doing the job. But hey, feeling himself right now. Finds that 5v4. Couple of early kills here for Aurora. And no stress. And Aurora, again, you know, they were one of the first teams to start giving up mid completely. Don't get me wrong, Xantares has had many highlights in middle, but in the old Anubis, they would really lean back into the bomb sites, play a lot of camera setups. It was kind of just a gamble of which site has 3 players on this team. And looking kind of similar here, using Woxic to search for opening kills in that position, but ultimately not dying for the bridge, not fighting in the house. Now, in your pugs, it will be very different. People will be feeding your middle, trust me. But Aurora, knowing what it takes to win on this map. Got one in you? No. 5 alive. Aurora controlling the economy. You can't run, yeah. He waited too long in that Molotov. Dear. It's 100-0. That was ugly. And that's what we mean when we say unfamiliarity.
And they're going to try and kick up the pace, right? You get a free kill to start the round. Nice. There's also been these new additions, right? The little windows out towards B, giving you some new lineups for backside. Even though we got a showcase of what the util can do, you haven't got the kills to actually take the space yet. Molly in, could have made life awkward, but it gets extinguished by that CT smoke. James still gains some ground. No way he gets out. Rota blew the smoke open to go fighting. Ends up killing James.
How did Aurora win that round? How?
That's a 4v5 from the get-go.
Dear. That's unlucky. You can't communicate that. Notice trying to help James by blowing the smoke, but that's as James jumps through. I like the execute nades, right? PVISION burning out popular positions, backside.
Beyler, my bad, sorry.
My bad. It burned in a volley. Oh my goodness, Maja. It's just his map.
He's just thinking it, damn, it's good to be back.
Welcome home.
He's missed this one. And you know, it's their first time getting to play it. He wants to put up some good numbers.
Yeah, get his team believing as well. Like, guys, get some kills.
Soulflies look solid over here towards B as well. No complaints thus far.
Oops.
This bit of util short. Tries to make up for it, barreling through that smoke, and now support arrives. Xantares quick from the mid-rotation. Woxic also here. You so quickly are walking into a stack. It's another multi-kill round from Maja.
Yeah, triple kill from the captain once more, as Aurora are just running away on this CT side. It felt like it could have been a good T-half for PVISION. That is dwindling now. A clear game plan, lots of contact towards B, lots of just walking out of main. Soulfly and Madra with stellar holds, not exactly who you'd be expecting to put up the resistance in this map. Woxic. One more try. One of these days he'll hit it. Oh, he spots them. And great second flash, blinds away completely. It takes a trade. Oh, just imagine now. Is that Temple? Or is that going to bounce camera? Yeah, Temple smoke comes in. He missed it though. Big miss. Santares controls mid. I can tell his team no one is lurking. You can stay at that B bomb site. Magi's still in position, playing retake. Still need to kill. He's committed enough.
He's had some really, really solid moments over here towards B. Oh, A main aggression. Wakadia snuffs out Jame a little late out towards Dark, and Maj is good for his. Santares dead on the rotation over, and that will serve to complicate matters. They could have tried to play this in a 3-on-2 retake, but looking for that trade was Santares.
Strong positions now with no util, no smoke to cause some chaos. You've got to win both these fights to win the round, Aurora.
Yeah, Molotov for the bomb as well. On the side of PVISION, if you take too long, that could just end it for you. Now, it's not planted for either of these positions properly. Going to require a swing out from main. Certainly would be able to tap this and put some pressure on. And worried about Temple, but eventually that defuse just has to come in. Wakadia pick an angle, pick a fight, covers there. Charging in is Noah, but the defuse stolen. Woxic able to get it in time. And two players set up in that post plant couldn't play around the bomb.
Yeah, no one even throws in the molly. Belchnok has it at main. He doesn't want to peek with nades out, but he got that first peek, doesn't see anyone. Molly could have won the round right there. And sure, you get a trade, but you've left that too late. With the bomb not for you. What an oversight for PVISION.
Let's go!
Woxic picking up that molly makes all the difference as well. It just allows him to stick the bomb after burning out Temple. It's gone very wrong here for PVISION. A bunch of convertible rounds. None of them coming through. And so Aurora finding comfort. Cannot be surprised. 5 rounds in a row on CT side of Anubis. How sweet can they make it?
Missed molly out towards window, and so you don't think Woxic can actually take this peak right now.
Luckily, you even if you're not on the bridge, you hear if that molly fails. So PVISION are in no hurry. Been throwing this A lurk smoke a lot, but yet to use it. We saw that with cardio aggression last round. Jame hoping for a kill in middle. Santares giving away nothing, leading back to B again. And can you blame them? It's just been B hit after B hit in this game. Temple smoke coming in. In they go.
Oh, flash is good. Soulfly wrecked by it, and Magia burning in this util. Caught out in the open. Santares is the first to arrive and might be the only man between them and this B site. Santares, he's bought you time, bought time for this flank to close in, and he's teed up Aurora potentially for this runaway CT side. Still very much a threat, but he's going to let Woxic play first. For Jame now doesn't have the bomb and only has 20 seconds to work with. Players on either side of him. What does Jame do? Every one of these peeks out into the open could spell disaster in the end of the round, but eventually feels like he's got to commit, tap on the bomb, hoping that that baits a peek out into the open. Gets the info on Xantares and able to best him in the head-to-head. Fake plant again. Time expires for James. Woxic secures the clutch, takes it to time, and even removes that gun.
He might have had that, man. If he didn't go walk one step further behind the pillar, Woxic might have given him the peak. With a second to spare, he would need the instant headshot. The margins are so thin. Time Lord loses to the clock. Aurora continue. Look how close this is. 2-1. I guess it just expired, but he moved behind cover, man. These rounds are getting dangerously close. Woxic's just seen James get in this position. He's going to burn him out. Won't commit. James gets back to safety. This angle is weird because you're super exposed. If you want to peek that hole and you don't have con smoked, very dangerous.
Might be a nice time to kind of take stock of how the CT setups feel like they've changed around this window. You're noticing a lot of two-man starts out towards mid for Aurora, playing kind of a double rotate, right? Woxic sometimes helps up the angle for a while, but usually that's just a round opener. He then leaves and will either pad out A or look to head towards B, and that's where Xantares takes up kind of his old role over towards mid, which is a bit more passive, waiting for the arrival of the T's, able to play rotate between either bomb site. So in the mid round, still feeling similar to old Anubis, but you are noticing the extra options that have opened up early on. Woxic has very much looked to use them.
It's also just a peculiar game because PVISION haven't hit A once in this entire map, right? You would expect a little bit more on this A site, but they haven't even tested. PVISION are a team that love to just abuse one bomb site. We see it on Overpass, we see it on Dust 2. So, once again, Aurora in the right place at the right time. They are just ready to lock this down at the end of the half. We've seen so many of these 3v3s, these 2v2s, and Aurora have won all of them. Can they keep it up?
Zelo low on health, even a nade could spell the end of his round, and there is still one on play. On the back of Woxic won't be required, and instead the util he throws is a fantastic flash to seal the deal on a commanding CT side. My gosh, doesn't it feel nice to have Aurora back on Anubis?
Aurora running away on their home map. Anubis is back in the pool, and they are back to their winning ways. 8 defensive rounds, 9 in fact, on this CT side. As PVISION are left in the dust, looking dazed and confused here on this new map. They played it once so far. This is Aurora's first, but it will not be their last.
No, I think they're loving this first outing. And if they're able to find a pistol round, they're on a fast track to victory here on Anubis. Triple A main aggression for PVISION. Xantares, quick to open up. They've spotted more back here in main, but Aurora don't hit the go button straight away. Didn't try and chase down those two, instead getting util out from PVISION.
I can
just still got some mid-rounding left in him.
Some fragging as well, you'd think. That's a bomb spotted on that peak. But again, we've got this little window that Belchenok has, so can call if they're rotating to B. Got a bit of info available. He's going to try and force it. Doesn't see anyone make it across. And so right now, PVISION have every reason to believe this is the A recommit. Nota drops in. James calls for support. Everybody's home.
James and Nota, quick work made, but it's Maja who has been the king of the multi-kill here on Anubis, thriving on his old home map and now tasked with a clutch. Maja swings for the fences and ends up coming up short. All right, PVISION, pistol round picked up. Maybe they still can offer some resistance yet in this second half.
It always starts with a pistol, Harry. That's when the belief comes right back in. Look at BC game yesterday, 11-2 down. Simple said it in the interview himself. He said, once we won that second pistol, we started to believe again. PVISION will take a hell of a recovery when you consider if that's how good the first half looked for Aurora. You know they've got some strats up their T side. PVISION were blundering towards B every round of the game. They never went middle, they never went A. And so I'm expecting a bit more diversity in the calling here from Maja. Even just seeing some mid-takes would be nice. Oh, Ricardi with the door flash. Zero dodges it, but hey, can't dodge death. It comes at him quick. This is a mostly eco round. Damn right Maja gets that gun. Oh, he hands it over. Give me those Julies right now. Oh, Soulfly. Oh, welcome to the Jota role. The eternal fifth man. Woxer gets him, but he is a great Julie player.
Soulfly gets the even funner job of trying to fake a B play on his own with the Glock.
How they've got the room though.
It's worked out.
James left.
Well, the rotates away. Bomb now getting planted. I mean, this is already a very lucrative round for Aurora. Surely they can't sweeten the deal. This is pistols, Glocks for the most part.
Oh.
Now they're armed, now they're dangerous. Xantares putting the gun to work. Wakadi has lost his weapon. Had to jump up into the heavens to go and grab those dualies.
PVISION just looking lost right now. Jumping around corners with knives out. Over-rotating from James. This is a disastrous game. Can Sway save them? He has kit smoke, but he needs to get on that bomb and it bounces wrong. The smoke eludes him. And now there's no way you can stick. Xantares is right here, ready to punish. Playing with his food. This is a near full eco win from Aurora. They had a couple of pistols and a flashbang, and they pick up that buy.
Well, if you didn't feel like this one was over, that round has made it so.
That's going to crush your whole team. James reads it wrong. Nota jumps around corners with knives out. I mean, what are we doing here, chaps? Ice cold. There's a proper mid-take. Double mollies in sync and they get in. Full force, full tilt, full gamble for PVISION.
They're feeling a little lost here on the home map of Aurora. And actually heard this even in the comms, Hugo. Delved into and on the sidelines, and allegedly, round 7. This is a quote, by the way, because I'm going to say some swear words. Quote from James. Okay, guys, fuck this map. We never trained it. Just play normal CS, as in on FACEIT/Premier. So maybe that's speaking to the absolute blinding game that Aurora are leveling against them, because, you know, this is 2 teams now in a worlds apart situation.
Yeah.
For Aurora, previous home map, one that they've been itching to bring back into the pool. For PVISION, one that's felt a little neglected, I'm guessing, from the comms that were overheard.
Also just feels like you can see it in the way they're playing some of these rounds, right? The haphazard clearing, the overzealousness.
You know, it stands out because for a team that you always credit for having such great fundamentals, the fact that those fundamentals have absolutely just faded away on the arrival of Anubis into the series, it's very noticeable.
Well, we got the dust 2 we deserve, I'd say.
I also think that's like a very James-coded sentence.
Don't overworry.
It's a team, right? That a lot
They've
about
just force buy every round.
They are force buy to the end of the game.
Yeah, this is, they're crashing out, Harry.
But I don't think it is a crasher. I think it's this idea of, like, you know, don't... It's similar, right? Because Halley got a lot of flack for the Spirit line at the Major, where he said, like, guys, look, we've probably lost this map. I think it was Trey, and he said, like, we've probably lost this map, but just don't tilt, right? Like, focus the attention onto the second map. And this PVISION team, a lot of what they do is about mitigating pressure from the youngsters.
It's true.
Trying to not put too much on them, trying to not put too high an expectation. And so, if what James is saying is true, if they haven't given Anubis a lot of love, you were not cut out to beat Aurora on their former best map.
Even watching this round, it's like you just die and you say they want it more. Yeah. They just want it more. Belchenok's rushing A main. James is jumping out of position with an AK in hand. Like, it's fine. They want it more. They can have it. And they're stealing it. Sway, someone's surely told him he just saw those players. Yes, he's turned back. Flank is in. Sway, can he survive? As they run at him, he finds a second. Flank is well-timed. Madja almost saves himself. But now Gun's gifted. Woxic 1v2. He's out of position. Does he want to give them an AWP?
Surely there's no time to win this for Woxic.
He's going to give it a go. 30 seconds. 2 players tagged up. Oh dear, he got the info at least. Careful. Can he get that bomb? No, it's on the other side of the smoke, so needs both kills here to win the round, and they're giving him nothing. 15 seconds. There's the molly. Oh, not the spam you want on 10 health, but he gets it anyway. Get him out. PVISION win an unlikely round. Thank you, Zway. All over the place now. But hey, I won't say no to more Anubis T-side rounds for Aurora, just to see what they want to do.
I mean, I think like the real thing here for Aurora is almost this idea of, you know, you haven't got a lot of resistance in this map thus far, and so don't overplay your hand, you know? Like, don't give too much away for how you're looking to play these T-halves, because other teams are going to be looking at you.
Here it is. Waiting for this. Little boost up for an AWP angle. Woxic peeks into middle. I do like this. You can jump up higher as well. Head poking up, gives some cover to Madja.
Bring on the wall.
He's made it through to the next round. Jiggle. Is Woxic going to find this shot quickly? Yes. He goes over it.
Nails it. 2 more here. Good pickup for Belchenok, but Woxic is very hot with the trades on this AWP. 2 players flanking him from behind as the A site just crumbles from PVISION. But Jaime and Zwei, they've set a bit of a tone in the last few rounds that they're just going to go for whatever, so maybe you see them float around here a little bit. They're fast on the flank. Flash was even dropped to Jaime, but he elects not to throw it in. The only thing he's throwing in is the towel. They call this one off and look to save on 2. And so Aurora, you've got many an opportunity to waltz this game over the line, heads held high and all smiles, because your Anubis looks good.
Yeah. Especially after just getting destroyed on the previous map. It's got to feel reassuring to offer the same back to a red-hot PVISION. And with what's on the line as well, stage 2. Top 8 teams in the world waiting. And a Dust 2 to decide it if Aurora can finish this here and now.
I mean, you even said coming into this second half, you expected a far more varied T-side calling from Madger, and I think he's delivered on all fronts in that regard, right? We've been here, there, and everywhere. AXX mid-rollouts with the boost to complete it, and now looking to finish things off over here at B. They've walked all the way up in the dark. They got 2 players back over towards main, and Woxic just playing the extremities on this AWP. It's a strong position. He's able to watch for a main aggression, able to stop players dropping out through the window. Don't even know if he's going to be a requirement here, because Aurora moving in and it's no contest. The Jaime AWP trapped out in the open, burning in the Molotov, won't last long. And this one is all over. PVISION's nightmare time on the dream map of Aurora looking to come to a quick close. Dust 2 lying in wait is the third. One that's been kind for PVISION all the way up until Kraków. And there's the deal sealed for Aurora. They lock in a 3-map series. All smiles from the Aurora side as their previous home map of Anubis, one that we've been looking forward to seeing this squad take to, falls dominantly in their favor. That was a comfortable win. Well, Dust 2.
Third map decider, stage 2 on the line, progression here at Kraków.
I mean, look, both these teams are 6-1 on Dust 2 in the last 3 months. Now, I think PVISION have faced tougher opponents on that stat line, but this is far from a super uncomfortable map for Aurora. It's a true level playing field here at the decider. Question's going to be, can PVISION brush off that last map?
Yeah, Aurora had a series of great maps on Dust 2 back at the Bucharest they picked up, winning 5 in a row there. But like you said, different opposition. The roof raised here. PVISION put to the test. B-Rush.
Oh, Wacardia needed to do something with those dual Berettas. You've done a bunch of damage, but have nothing to show for it. Not even a kill found from the 2 B-site players. Bomb now planted. And Aurora might be worth just holding on to the armor.
Yeah,
not a call you're thrilled about having to make, but when your B-site gets no kills in the hold, you're not really left with any other options.
Interesting to see what we get from PVISION today, right? It's a team, I alluded to this on Anubis, it's obsession with one bomb site. They go into certain maps and they just pummel one site. On Overpass, it's B almost every single time. On Anubis, last game, it was B as well. On Dust 2, it depends on the game, because we've seen matches where PVISION go A almost every round on this map through a variety of methods, often just short splits with a lurk on long. But then we see games where PVISION just B-rush every single time and do a different variety of B executes, right? They did that at the Major a lot. Then they went into the final against Falcons at Bounty, and they just abused B, but Falcons never really believed them. They constantly stacked the A site, perhaps because in the previous game against Astralis, it had just been A hit after A hit. So some prep going wrong for the Falcons in that match. What PVISION do we get today? Do we get true parity and a split between both bomb sites, or is it just abuse? Time to find out.
I think even that's kind of interesting because you think back to when Aurora really hit their stride start last year, and a lot of the calling from Maja felt similar, right? Where he would lock in on one bomb site, just look to abuse it. You think back to some of the games. I remember a Mirage where they went B site rushes 10 rounds in a row on their way to try and close the game. You know, he's also not above just kind of homing in on one position. It's a style of calling he's familiar with.
I always love it when teams do this. They get long control, they get a pick, they show face there, they fake the exec, and then they just hit B, and look, it's worked perfectly as this exec comes in from Belchanok, just getting spotted. Everyone's rotating. There's only Wicardia in lower. It's a good smoke block, but it won't change much. That's a big kill for Wicardia. Can't follow up. If they just go B, it's empty. The smoke there may be putting some fear in PVISION on this call. They don't know how free this is. Soulfly might have to go through. Oh, what a shot!
Great catch. But really, you needed a multi-kill there in a very tough position. Belchanok on this lurk. If he gives away a kill, suddenly we might be on. The fact that it's a 1-for-1, that's going to maybe put some doubt in Woxic's head. Still, this is your force bite. Might be feeling a little spurred on. No, you did earlier damage onto Nota. Just a lot of time having got away from Woxic here, and that kind of leaves him in a position where he's forced into the save.
Yeah, they won't even come hunting either. The call is to save your money on this T side. Definitely don't want to lose too many guns. So 2 will have to do, and PVISION a nice punish on that B bomb site. We saw Soulfly put up a crazy 5-7 highlight yesterday on this map as well. So no stranger to it, but not today as PVISION pull the wool over Aurora's eyes. And into one more eco now. Bang. Oh, 2 smokes. Naughty. Four smokes used in the first 5 seconds. And they walk up short. No one home.
Just a free path in.
Were you ready for that? Round's over, mate. Doing a great job of just out-positioning Aurora in these first couple of rounds. Look at them. Like lemmings.
Who's up next? Zwei. Oop. Makes it by.
Everyone did it. No exits granted. Great round to keep your money up. You know you're very limited, or rather Aurora very limited in what they have. So even if they have some Kevlar and a Galil to save, your economy is more important than damaging theirs. They're going to have a buy round regardless. So just a good call here. 5 alive, 3-0. Back into a gun round.
Woxic AWP, and it comes out straight away. Whenever a contest on the other side, James doesn't don his early in the T-half, and so this is a chance for Woxic to kind of set the tone for what he's capable of on the AWP here. Hasn't necessarily been a series dominated by this AWP. You hope he's riding a bit of a high after the dominance of Anubis. The task on Dust 2 gets way easier if Woxic's in good form.
That's if they go his way. And that's the thing about PVISION, you never know. Corridor smokes in middle. They get blocked at B. It's a good response for Aurora. But we know PVISION are fine to come through this smoke at times. Cardia plays close to it. PVISION, 5 tunnels. Just going to go in for this execute, it looks like. High flashes, backside molly, Soulfly, a lot to do. Teammates blind, still provide kills as Soulfly moves deeper into the site. They have been isolated, very well done by Aurora. 4 on 2, James has to battle his way back into this. And not overstepping, not overplaying. Repeat comes in, James is shut down out of the clutch. Great hold for Soulfly.
Yeah, really, really good B hold, and also a great read on the game from Madja, right? That decision from PVISION to go A in round 3 after back-to-back B rounds up against the Eco feels very intentional, right? You're trying to make it feel like, oh, you know, we could go anywhere. We're not kind of homed in on trying to exploit this one position. After their one departure from the other B rounds, they go back to B, and Madja kind of feels like that's what's going to happen. I think that's a play similar to what Madja would do himself if he were in James' shoes. And so kept a 3-man stack there from the get-go. And this is nice because you've kind of thwarted PVISION's early attempt of conditioning you on this map. Going to force them to dig a little deeper and look for new solutions.
Yeah, similar to Anubis, it might be a game of where are we putting our 3rd man, right? Where's our rotate player going? Are we going to be holding heavy B site stacks? Do we believe in these short plays? So eyes on Madja's read. But in a 4v4, that frees up PVISION in a big way. They just saw Xantares cross back B side, so they know this is a 2-2 split right now. But do they know the Woxic's AWP is in play? It didn't fire last round. Back on default. PVISION have 1 molly. They should definitely consider using it. James takes it back. Woxic behind the smoke. They drop in spawn. He doesn't know.
No cover here for Woxic either. He's in this one entirely alone. Madja trying to come back to plug the hole. Taking his attention off of Long. Proves to be a rough move.
Perfection.
I really do like how PVISION, whenever they go for these splits, I love how late the long player gets to activate. And it's not even a feature they'll have in every single one of these rounds, right? Sometimes they'll throw you a little 5-man cat exec. They'll do a couple in the half, and then they'll vary it up by leaving a lurker to play out late through the long doors. And so, you know, if Madja kind of hangs around at long there, the position he was responsible for, he ends up doing that at the detriment of his site players, at the detriment of Woxic. He ends up trying to come back around to help out and plays right into the hands of PVISION. They're very, very good at getting the reactions they want out of their opponents.
Yeah, it's always a big question, like, is there even a long lurker? That is the question. That's $1 million question when you're in Madja's position there. Like, should I be helping my teammate or should I be holding for this lurk? And while the luck is very dependent on how the site hit goes, Nota just destroys Woxic, who heard him running up spawn. So
I also think it just shows how much faith PVISION have in their actual execs. You know, like you have the long guy as a bit of a fail-safe. If you do encounter more resistance, you can try and get him involved sooner in the round. But so often they leave it super late to the point where you're just writing it off. You come to the conclusion there's no way they can still have someone waiting at long.
Let's keep track of how many times Belchanok shoots Madja in the back of this position, shall we?
It just opens up options later, right? Next time you go for that cat exec, Madja might hang around long for, you know, a whole 40 seconds longer, and you might have no one there. You're just wasting his time. Chance for Jane to catch someone on the cross, but the nade denies vision.
Yeah, gotta be doing that these days. Wide boost. Woxic up and over. They are getting closer on Cat. He's double scoped. There's no support. Xantares ran away. Woxic is fed to the wolves. And they're hungry. 5v4. Huge freedom on the map right now here for PVISION. They're going to just walk out middle. And swing off the flash, and it's not very good. It's a very deep flash with Nota already out mid. He can dodge that.
Just too much time, right? Wakadia needed a big multi-kill from him. Even 2 wouldn't have been enough to make this round doable. He needed to take everyone down as they played out through the tunnels. And now look at this. They're already on the hunt. They know the value of removing these guns.
Can't get out of long. James has Maja in a box. And Xantara's in the bomb site. Gonna get tracked down here. PVISION. Looking like that well-oiled machine that we saw on Mirage.
I think also, you know, if you're PVISION here, especially after losing the streak that you'd built up on Dust 2 yesterday, you want to feel reassured a little bit that that was just an off day, an off game. You know, when you look at the opponents they've faced and that they've bested on this map, Heroic were not supposed to be some gargantuan challenge that they couldn't overcome. It was a uncharacteristic loss from PVISION, and you kind of want to prove to yourself that it was just an off day, that this map is still very much in your wheelhouse, and they're showing that beautifully right now. 5-1 up.
Yeah, flash would have been great if Nota wasn't out the doors, but he has all the time in the world to dodge it. Awkward round for Xantaras, who abandons Woxic loud. PVISION just with the gall to walk up short again.
Even that's annoying, man. You had 2 guns in this round, and one of them's just been tagged on the mid-cross.
Yeah, might want to hand that over here. Ricardo won't make it to him. Begging for that rifle. Takes it back to A. It's just how many rounds PVISION get up Cat and you don't even realize. It's 129 and they're up. Have Woxic in the back of the site. Xantara's baiting for him. We've seen these double molly XX. It's about to get hot. A cooked goose. Woxic swings out, AWP by James. And Xantara is removed even earlier. They are getting eager to end this round. How do you like your goose cooked?
Whatever James thinks is best. I'll take the recommendation of the chef, because they're cooking all right, 6-1 up. Big question for us is, can they brush off the failure that was Anubis? And the answer looking like a resounding yes right now.
Aurora, all honk, no beak. Double AWP coming out. Act of desperation here for Aurora. Oh, that's why you need the cross.
He's just been refining the mid shot as well, round after round. Got his first tag in the round prior. This time it's a killing blow. That's one of the double AWPs removed. Oh, Xantares went and picked up the AWP.
Okay, he's going to break this. Oh, just falls short. Woxic timing. Ah! Stuck between 2. Skewers none. And why not go, Harry?
The thing I'm really loving about this is PVISION are really good at forcing you into uncomfortable positions, because you kind of feel at this point in the game like you have to stop them taking catwalk. You've got to try and fight them sooner. If they get this position, man, the rollout that PVISION have from short is just tried, tested, true. It feels like it never lets them down.
I just like how they're making it look like old Dust 2, back in the sense that when they get cat, they just go. They just go. Like, sure, there's a nice set of utility. They're throwing double, that round triple mollies, but they don't overthink on this map.
No.
If they have a man advantage, they're going out A every single time. There's no overcook.
I also like how, like, in the low econ rounds, it's so often their port call. It's really nice ranges for the rifles. Yep. You don't really have to worry about a type of stack of substance, right? Think about how many rounds you've seen teams lose to ecos on this map, where it comes down to some, you know, attempt to take tunnels, you die to a lower tunnels push. Maybe you try get out mid, you end up falling down to players close at the door. Try go long with something like a corner smoke and you're getting swarmed with flashes. There's all these counterplays in other parts of the map that you can try and do. Admittedly, like, it is a hard map to win ecos on. but Catwalk can just feel so rough.
So quick.
And enforcing Aurora to go and, vie for this space, to putting them in a position where it feels like they have to contest you on Cat. These can be super awkward fights, and you've seen that a couple of times now from Woxic, who's just getting caught by the up-tempo timing out of the first man in for PVISION.
Well, James saw multiple players crossing there. He didn't take the shot. Might do a repeat here. He's getting nades in. Yeah, I feel like a Cat setup is inevitable, right? Doing a flash on the corner, multiple players, especially on a round like this, but they have no utility to do so, just smokes. Okay, big flank. Soulfly pushing through B. It's a good call. Long has been taken. Molly on the car could be problematic. Magic can smoke it. But they're walking in again. They're going to clear him.
Tag traded, but the AWP wins that head-to-head.
So much contact. You don't know till it's too late. Like, it may be a strong position for Maja, but only if you're the one forcing the fight. And they just walk all the way in, up long, with no cross smoke, no announcement, no info, no problem. 8-1 game for PVISION, blitzing through this. Because here we are crediting their executes, and then they do something like that. 0 nades needed. DIY.
I think as well, just the maps that you have that are very much kind of your signature maps for PVISION make them a real threat, Like, you won't be hard-pressed to get a Dust 2 or a Mirage in your series. Here, they were fortunate enough to get both of them, right? It's kind of their two best maps cropping up as the first and last. Just gives them a lot of freedom. So often you see like one of these two maps ends up as a handshake for teams, kind of a one that everyone feels some degree of comfortability on. And so you don't mind it coming through as a third. Behold, gonna get put under the microscope here. It's only Wakadia left, and the rotates are locked out because of this mid to B util. So no one arrives in time, no one gets there. Look at how much the entire CT setup has been called into doubt with these short plays, with the long contact plays. You've been siphoning resources slowly but surely from all corners of the map. And these guys in A feel so much doubt to rotate, never believing anything.
And even there, you still have 2 players in B. And PVISION just run through the smoke as it blooms. Double entry, 1 kill on the defense. Great mechanics from Zelo. We see Wakadia trying to fight him. He's just getting jiggled on the big box. They delay the plant. They go hunting. They want to take all these guns away because PVISION's money will never be called into question in this half. So exits just remove opportunity for Aurora to get back in this game. Can they find these kills at the end of the round? It's worth dying for. Zelo's going to flash him in. Here we go. Oh, he missed the flash, but they're still going to get the fights.
Oh, they know the Woxic's down here as well. Attempt at the punish. He just gets out with the AWP. But you're a long way away from celebrating that survival if you're Aurora.
Ref just checked his watch like, damn, this has been quick. We're hitting half times. 20 minutes into the map.
Long play on the cards. Corner smoke in. Belchanok plays it forward. Bit of a skirmish looking for the long control. Teammate comes in to lend a helping hand. James just allowed to drive by Woxic out in the open.
11-2 and he's running like that.
And this is where, only from the absence of having played a bunch of top teams here on Dust 2, I think that's the only reason you'd be shy on calling them the best Dust 2 team we got right now. Oh, hello. Xantares going unchecked. Gets out with 2. And you've got to win this one. This is a 4v2 that Xantares was able to deliver, but hold on! Jame and Zelo, they've got other ideas! Oh, Aurora so close to breaking this massive streak, only to get it snatched away. Soulfly quaking in his boots down here at the spawn. He's got the worst weapon in the round, and he's the guy left shouldering the burden of this 1v2.
And they freeze. They say, come and get it. Giving time for PVISION to craft a plan. Jame doesn't even take that bomb. He's looking for the kill. Now smoke down. He can throw it across. He can do it himself. Either way, it's a difficult spot to be in for Soulfly. Jump spot might be his best option. Given a chance on the jump. Doesn't know where James gotten off to. Moving on the ramp. Jane finds the 4th and the clutch to boot. Keeping together this unreal streak of rounds for PVISION. That is 7 in a row. That was meant to be it. Xantares surely did enough, but
Trigger
2v4.
discipline to find a massive advantage. Finally, your car player goes unchecked. Finally, PVISION make a mistake that you're able to capitalize on. And it still isn't enough. James 14-2 for crying out loud.
He is hitting bangers. He is still hitting bangers. The fact that he can show up in orb like this is awesome. I mean, we saw it in Bounty of a Spirit, some crazy clutches from Jame, some insane shooting with this AWP.
How's Jame ended up with a Zeus? I mean, he's got 16 grand. Like, he ain't worried about watching the purse right now, but still. What's he planning on doing with it?
Having some fun.
This map just hasn't met the challenge for James, so he started making his own.
Achievement hunting. Hey, you call them the best Dust 2 team, Harry. Vitality would like to have a word.
Well, that's why I say, you know, we need to have more top-tier matchups.
We want that matchup. We want the Vitality PVISION game, and we definitely want Dust 2 in that series because they have just been a titan on this map over the last year. And PVISION, the only team who looked like they could compete. James smoking in middle. He's just scoped as well. Wakardia's heard him. Is he keeping attention? Is he diverting? Is his team... Look at them caught off guard! Oh dear! Aurora! Fully cooked! Just one man throwing nades in mid. I just heard Xantares yell from across the room.
Good catch for Wakardia. How much further can he realistically take this? It's down to another one of these 1v1s. Soulfly has been here countless times. Will he be able to find this one? You're looking for just 2 measly rounds on the half. And it's the fresh face up against Sway, PVISION's latest edition. And out with this swing, Soulfly will find him.
Sure.
It's something at the tail end of this half, but make no mistake about it, PVISION very much in the driver's seat and just rounds away from that next stage.
James PVISION are only rounds away from the next stage of Intel Extreme Masters Kraków, coming through with a 10-round first half on Dust. A tilter for Aurora. Can you blame them? Pulled here, there, and everywhere, and pushed down into that lower bracket if PVISION can finish what they've started.
And there's really not a lot of finishing left to do. The finish line is well within sight, and it feels like the only thing left is to get across it. Team coming in here off the back of lifting the first trophy of the season. Expectations were there for PVISION, and they've looked to meet them in stage one. They've had everything they've wanted and more here on Dust 2.
Yeah, I would have just loved that Zway clutch just to top it all off, Harry. But you can't really complain, can you, with the double-digit first half. Flash setup could be profitable for James.
They are gaining a lot of ground over on long. Aurora maybe closer than PVISION are ready for. They're already streaming into the site. Zway gets gone on in time, but sandwiched between ramp and short. These players in CT now end up a little trapped. Getting it down to a 3-on-3. Bomb dropped out here towards short. Gonna get picked up, and with Wakadia alleviating the pressure out here on short, he'll get to divert his attention back to the mid-wrap. Can't hold on to it, however. And a 2v2 now brewing. PVISION on for the retake.
Got into Goose. That means they're committing for these fights. Xantara's a major with a crossfire. There's a flash available. Zilo's going to throw it in. Edge will dodge that, and Xantares has his back covered with the kill. Clock ticking now. Zilo tries to hit the jump shot, just swinging for the hill here. But they're playing with him, and they should whittle him down. Xantares makes that pistol his. And Aurora all starts with a pistol, but it's a long way to go.
Well, look, you weren't watching yesterday if you feel like this scoreline is unwinnable.
It's true.
Will it be so simple for Aurora? They've at least got an eco round to go up against here. Stack over towards B that they're looking to dodge. And so that fourth round should fall pretty comfortably into their lap.
That's the thing about Aurora. They always just walk it in. Okay.
Go on, Xantares.
Cocky. Oh, tickle the toes.
Oh, come on. Death by 1,000 cuts. Xantares finally going to get it.
Okay, here we go. Game on. Full by now.
I mean, at least now on T-side, I'd like to think that you get to set up where the fights are a little bit more. I'm curious if PVISION are going to try and bring much aggression at the start of this CT half. Now towards long doors, missed corner smoke. For the side of Aurora. Battling through it is PVISION, but with players already out behind the blue bin, you can't fight for this space. Long is taken, and a 5v4 as well. An opener granted by Xantares. Openings is something Aurora were lacking a lot in that first half. It was 9-3 in favor of PVISION. If you're able to start making them uncomfortable, find some of these 5v4s, a feat that you just couldn't get away with in that first half of play due to a mixture of strong entering, but also great trade work from PVISION.
Look at the gamble. Look at the gamble right now. PVISION are putting 3 players in B. Magic could have walked into an empty bomb site. Now it's full. They're doing what PVISION did to them, and Aurora fell for it. PVISION not the same.
Set up here into the crossfires, into the stack. Soulfly able to wrestle one back, but that bomb is committed, and you needed even more from Soulfly to get this one done. They know that Woxic was all the way out towards A. Someone was throwing that util, and so a lengthy reposition could get 4 every step of the way as well.
Just an insane read. They moved all 4 players over to B after Long got taken.
Look at this. There's only confirmation on one guy, and you've already been outread in the round, so the whole time Woxic is moving in for this clutch, he's checking everything.
Yeah, he knows he can get an AK here in tunnels, but 20 seconds and one player can just run away. James is out in middle right now. There's another block on B. You can't win this. The clock decides. PVISION deny. And Woxic just wants to save something. He can't even find a rifle. Out of there, like a light. Aurora switched off on B. What I mean, crazy read, because PVISION did the same round to Aurora in that first half where they took Long, they went round the world, Aurora had a weak B site, it got punished. They do that in their first full buy, and PVISION, after losing Long, going down a man, just make that read, and it is perfect.
I mean, it's one of the things that's felt so good about having Jame back is, you know, like towards the end of his tenure in VP, he was always an IGL who was down to trust his gut. It's one of the reasons why teams hated playing against him, right? The Jame gamble stacks, the Jame reads. Towards the end of his tenure on that Virtus Pro, he kind of lost that touch a lot. It felt like the stacks are often misplaced, struggled to have a solid read over the game. But Jame inside of this PVISION team, man, he's back in fighting form. You never doubt a Jame call. You never doubt a Jame stack.
Oh no.
Zelo on the fade. Struggles to get out with one. It's Belchanok up next. And that MP9 does big damage. Buying time for Jame to come in.
Perfection.
Keep this in a 3-on-2. Now you look on. It's Xantares. Him and Maja in this 2-on-3.
Oh, bombs out.
And he was debating dropping down a punish. But because Maja's got away, they're going to try and regroup. Making sure that no one's aggressed to come in through middle, putting this smoke to use to get the bomb out of there. Xantares is going to have advanced positioning.
Clearing B together, that's smart here for PVISION, but it will slow them down. They've at least realized there's no more lurkers here, and the Aurora have gone together. Nice mid-round move for Aurora. Can they make it worth it?
Eyes on Xantares, what does he want to do with this bit of extra space? He's just going to hang out over towards short. And that's not where this retake is coming from. Now, bomb planted for him, he'll be set up to try and clutch this, but you need something from Maja. If he goes down without getting anything done, it's a 1v3 for Xantares, and that's exactly what happens. This would be the time, Xantares. Struggled to get going here on Dust 2. This clutch keeps the game alive for Aurora. No tap on the bomb yet. It was all teed up for Xantares to try and close. This is a test of that trade work, test of the cover, and on that swing, Xantares punished. Never given the room to play in the 1v3. PVISION now have 8 chances. You heard that right, 8 chances to move to that next stage and send Aurora down to the dreaded lower bracket.
James says, Stick, you listen. You follow his orders. Good cover from the captain, who has put up an admirable performance in this third map. It was Magic carry on Anubis, but James is 16-5, nailing them, even on the mid-doors cross in that first half. Now he takes the orb, tries to put it to use, dinked, but he'll still hit Xantares. And Maja even spanned through a smoke along, so it's all come crumbling down here for Aurora as PVISION look to secure this third map, a home favorite, a contest for world's best on Dust 2, and so many interesting head-to-heads await them in that next stage. Rematches against tier 1 teams that they beat in Spirit, Furia, Falcons. There's Vitality, who PVISION have avoided up until this point. So much potential for PVISION about to be realized into that next stage. They are 4 kills away.
Oh, and it doesn't get sweeter to open it up than that. 1 tap down range from Nota. And they can feel this victory. They've been feeling it for a while. Dust 2 domination continues for PVISION. Blotched on the record yesterday, but brushed aside casually to lock in a Stage 2 performance. This is a PVISION hot off the heels of winning the first trophy of 2026, and we get to see them now take on the top dogs in Stage 2.
Yeah, Aurora, you know, it's a bit of a slow ending, but at least a strong Anubis back in this team. They took some time to pull it out, picking it in this BO3 and showcasing great work on that map. Their old classic coming back again. We'll have to see more of that in that lower bracket. They go on to fight Pain to try and survive and make it to Stage 2 as well.
Yeah, you know, it's a rough series overall, but I think still some glimmers of hope here, right? They were hoping to kind of find their form on Anubis. It was highly anticipated for Aurora. Job's not done yet. You've got to keep on battling. You at least know you have that ace up your sleeve. For now, though, let's hear from PVISION as they graduate to Stage 2.
They absolutely have graduated to Stage 2. PVISION do just that. Should we talk about Anubis, or what do you think?
It's their best map was in CS2, like before the Anubis was removed. We expect this pick, but they was playing really good. We made a lot of mistakes. We just didn't do our rounds, you know, a lot of stupid mistakes, so it's deserved lose.
But then we get up on to Dust 2. You guys go up 10-1 pretty quick. Could you tell you had them a little tilted?
Can you repeat, please?
Could you tell you had them a little tilted in the server on Dust 2?
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, it looked like they were having a rough time. Nothing was going right for the other side.
Yes, I think yes.
Yeah. And I guess in saying so, look, at 22 years old, you guys, PVISION, everyone's talking about PVISION. You're moving on to the next stage of the Intel Extreme Masters here in Krakow. How do you feel?
To be honest, tired. I just want to go to chill.
Yeah.
Nothing special. It's. I'm glad we qualified to main stage, but nothing special.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that's not all for us over here on the mainstream. Of course, we are looking a little bit of a BC Game 3D Max. After this, we are back.